is Brittany Lay, and I'm the Community Relations Chair for the Vietnamese Student Association. Welcome to Cooking with Chefs, Student Organization Edition. Today we're cooking pho. Let's get to it. So here are the ingredients that we're going to need for today's dish. First, we have the bag of spices. In this bag is anise seed, cinnamon, fennel seed, clove, and coriander seed, and this is just typical 5-spice, but the star anise is a must. There's also a bag in here that you can use to steep the spices. You're also going to need some beef-flavored pho soup broth, and this is for later if you want a little bit of extra flavor. It's a good way of adding it, and you can get this at your typical Asian supermarket as well. Next, we have fish sauce. This is like liquid gold, and you can get that anywhere you want, any Asian supermarket as well. And then you're going to need 2 onions, 1 ginger, just a little bit. You're going to blacken these later. Today, for the base broth, we're going to be using oxtail, but any other kind of bone will work as well. And this is a beef-based broth. We have some thinly sliced beef. This is for shabu shabu, but it will work for our purposes. And you're going to need some pho noodles. And you get this at wherever you got the rest of the Asian ingredients. And for garnish today, we have bean sprouts, basil, cilantro, and green onion.
A part of how aromatic the pho broth is due to the spices and the roots that go into the broth. First, roast the onion and ginger until black. This is an important step in the process. Make sure that the vegetables are properly blackened. You can put the onion and ginger directly onto a fire stove or use a pan to char them. Second, heat up the various spices, which include star anise, cinnamon, fennel seed, clove, and coriander seed in the oven or in a pan for 8 to 10 minutes, stirring occasionally. A simple shortcut is to buy ready-to-use spice packs. I personally like to take out most of the cinnamon as I don't really enjoy the spice in the final broth. Now we're going to clean the bones. Today we will be using oxtail as I personally enjoy this flavor. Boil them in a separate pot on the stove for about 7 minutes with a teaspoon of salt and enough water to cover the bones. As you're boiling the bones, make sure you spoon out all of the impurities that rise to the top. Drain all of the water after you've cleaned the bones. Now it is time to prep your broth. Take your toasted spices and add them to a steeping bag. It can also be metal or a cloth like this. Add your clean bones, blackened onion and ginger, and toasted spices to the Instant Pot. Then add water to the max fill line in your 6-liter Instant Pot. Now, we let the Instant Pot work its magic. Put the lid on the Instant Pot, close the valve, and let it cook. Press soup/broth and set the time to 30 minutes. Don't worry if it doesn't give an indication that you've started it. As long as you see the time and the front display read on, you're good to go. After 30 minutes are up, you want to release the pressure of the Instant Pot by turning the knob on top to venting. Warning, when you release the pressure by turning the knob, it will be extremely hot. It's helpful to put a rag over the release so that the steam does not shoot up and burn you or your cabinets. Alright, we're almost finished with the broth. Take your bones out and save them for the finished dish later. Now, add your raw yellow onion to the soup, 4 tablespoons of pho paste, and 4 more cups of water. Bring this to a boil without the lid of the Instant Pot and by using the sauté option. Now, wait for the pot to switch to on and allow the broth to boil for 30 minutes. Afterwards, take out the bag of spices from the pot. Add a sprinkle of salt and pepper and the most crucial ingredient of all, fish sauce. This liquid gold transcends physics, so measure with your heart, but be sure to add at least 2 tablespoons. Now that we've finished the broth, we can start assembling our dish. First, bring a pot of water to boil and put your pho noodles in. They should go very soft very quickly in about 10 or 15 seconds. If you're using the dried brand of noodles, make sure that you boil it for longer and be sure to test it. Also, wash and chop your cilantro, green onion, Thai basil, bean sprouts, as well as any other garnishes of your choice. At this point, you have all the components needed to assemble your dish. Add the noodles and the sliced meat. Although this meat is raw, the broth will be hot enough to cook it. However, if you don't prefer this, you can heat up some soup in a separate pot and cook the meat on the stove, and then add it to the dish afterwards. I will also be adding oxtail to my bowl because I feel like it makes it look legit. Then, top your dish with any green garnishes you'd like. I like a lot of bean sprouts, some Thai basil, some sriracha, and hoisin sauce. Finally, I like to add a little bit of extra fish sauce just to taste because I love this stuff, but you do you. Like most soups, this broth will actually taste better the next day after it has sat for about a night. Enjoy your pho!
10 out of 10 would eat again.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Here's some more information about SDSU's VSA, who we are, and how you can get involved. Our mission statement is to promote, educate, and preserve the Vietnamese culture. We host cultural events such as Vietnamese Culture Night in order to serve the greater community. If you want to know more about our organization, you can follow us at SDSU VSA or contact any snack cabinet member, including myself, about how you can get involved. That's Cooking with Chefs, Student Organization Edition. I hope you enjoyed it. Catch you out.